Hi guys, I hope you guys are having a great week, and if you started school, I hope school is going good for you. We're going to start with lesson 1. We're starting with adding today. So we have 1 plus 9 here. So when we're adding these two numbers, we can think of it in two, or there are more ways, but we're going to focus on these two ways. You have a 9 here, we're going to go up one step, which is 10. 10. So it's like you're counting, like from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If you count one more, the next number is 10. So you counted up one more step, now you know the answer is 10. Or you can also think of it as adding 1 and 9 little dots. So if you count all of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you know the answer is 10. Now we'll do it on another question. We have 4 plus 3. We have 4 objects, 1, 2, 3, 4. 3. If you count it all up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Or you can have the number 4, and go up 3 steps. So we have 5, 6, 7. You just need like 3 curves. You have 1 curve here, 2 curve here, 3 curve here. So if you want up 3 steps, you know the answer is 7. Can do it on another problem. We have 10 plus 2, or 2 plus 10. It's easier to write it out like this and stack it because it's easier to see. So we have 0 and 2 here. 0 means there's nothing. So if we're adding nothing to 2, it's going to be the same number 2. So 0 plus 2 is going to be 2. So anything added to 0 is going to be that same number. Going to drop the 1, or bring down the 1 here because there's nothing under it. That's an arrow. Sorry. So that's 12. You can do the same thing. 10, 11, 12. We have 2 steps here. This is 2. This is 12. Or you can draw 10 and 2 objects and count it all up and still give you 12. Now we have 3 numbers here. A good method to use is to look at which numbers add up to 10 and do that first. But if you don't know it, you can do any of the methods that we used before. So we can do the same thing here. 6, go up 1, and that's a 7. So we know these two equal 7. We're going to add 7 to 4. And go from 7 up 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. 8, 9, 10, 11. So plus 4. Plus 4 equals 11. Sorry, this is really messy, but yeah. Or you can draw 6 objects, add it to 1 object, and then add it to 4 objects. Now we have 3 plus 3 plus 9. So here, you can do the same thing. Add these two, 3 and 3, so we can count up 3 times, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6. We're counting up from 3 times. So we know that 3 plus 3 gives us 6, or we can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and count that up. And then we can add that to 9. And we can count up from 9 to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now this equals 15. Or you can, again, draw 6 and 9 dots and add that up. We have 7 plus 8 plus 2. Again, like I said, knowing which numbers add up to 10 is easier. So if you know your facts, you'll know that 8 plus 2 equals 10. If you want to check it here, 9, 10. 8 plus 2 equals 10. You have 10, you add it to a 7. You can do the same method we did earlier. 0 plus 7 will give us 7. And we're going to bring that to 1. That's 17. Oops. Now we're going to subtract. We have 8 minus 0. So what we can think of it as is having 8 dots, and we're going to cross out 0 of them, basically none of them. So we're going to end up with the same number as we started with. So if you subtract 0 from any number, it's going to be that same number. So, and we have 2 minus 2. We have 2 dots. We cross out 2. That's 0. We have 0 left. Or you can think of it as having 2 And you're counting down this time because we're subtracting 1, 0. Same answer. We have 3 minus 2. We have 3 dots and we cross out 2. 1, 2. We're left with this 1. Or count down 2 times. 2, 1. Now we're going to make addition sentences. We're going to use these same numbers after we find the sum and write the same numbers here but in a different way. So first let's add 6 plus 1. We're going to count up 1. That's 7. This is one step we took. We counted up 1 time. So 6 plus 1 equals 7. Now because we know we're going to be using the same numbers and making an addition sentence, it's going to always end up with a 7. The only numbers we're left with are 6 and 1. The only way we can get a 7 from these two numbers again is by adding the same way. So we can switch the order of these numbers. Since we have 6 in the front and 1 in the back, we can have 1 in the front this time and 6 in the back. If you count 1 added to 6, it's still going to give you 7. Now we have 8 plus 3. We can do the same thing we did earlier. If you count it up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have 11. Now we know, as we know from the same thing we did earlier, we can just switch the order of these numbers. 3 and 8, and it'll still give you 11. So it doesn't matter which number, which order these two numbers are in, it's always going to give you the same answer. And now we're on word problems. So this question says Asher has 7 cookies. He gives all of them away to his sister, and how many cookies does Asher have left? It was a little typo, but it's supposed to say Asher. So we can draw it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He has 7 cookies and gives all of them away to his sister. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All of them means everything he has. Then he gives them away to his sister. Now there's no cookies left for Asher, right? You can't see any more cookies on Asher's side. So that means we have 0. We're left with 0. Now, number 3, there are 10 cents in your pockets and 8 cents in your purse. How many cents do you have in total? This little C with the little cross line in it stands for cents. So we're going to add because we're looking for how many cents you have in total. So if you add 10 plus 8, you have 0 plus 8. Like we said before, anything added to 0 is the same number. We're going to bring down the 1, 18. Now, we were given the question in cents. Now we have to use that same thing, that same sign in order to answer the question. So the answer is 18 cents. I hope everything was clear. I hope you understood, and I hope you stay safe and have a good week. Thank you.